Have you ever entered a room and sensed a shift in the atmosphere, even though no one spoke? That's not by chance. There's something about you that arrives before your physical presence, your energy. This is your aura, an invisible field you radiate simply by being yourself. Your presence carries weight, it resonates and reaches others even before your words do. Carl Jung referred to this as the self, the central organizing force of the human psyche where ego and essence converge. When this alignment occurs, your energy becomes perceptible. For some, it can feel overwhelming. Some are naturally drawn to it, while others may feel threatened, because your light can inadvertently reveal the shadows others wish to hide. Throughout history, myths and cultural traditions have described individuals whose energy seems larger than life. The shaman who enters a village and subtly shifts the collective mood, the charismatic person who resolves conflicts with calm authority, or someone whose mere entrance causes a momentary silence as if time paused. What unites these people is an inner harmony that radiates outward, a living energy that affects the environment. Their aura does not conceal itself. In this video, we'll examine 13 signs that your aura is so powerful it might make some people uneasy. Stay with me until the end. By recognizing these signs, you'll begin to see your own strength and understand that what sets you apart isn't a flaw, it's what makes you magnetic. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to our channel. The first sign is that your presence leaves an unmistakable impression. Some people come and go without notice, while others linger in memory long after they've left, even if they spoke little or you barely know them. It's not something visible, it's something you sense. People often remark, "There's something about that person." And what they're noticing is the subtle density of your energy. It's the harmony between who you are internally and what you project outward. The body appears later, the psyche is already present. Carl Jung explained that the psyche goes beyond the limits of the body. We are more than flesh and thought. We are presence. That presence is shaped by all we've experienced, all we've integrated, and the principles we uphold. The more authentic someone becomes, the more refined and unforgettable their energy grows effortlessly. It's a quiet force, yet undeniable, like a scent that can't be seen but is sensed by everyone, stirring memories, evoking emotions, soothing or unsettling. The impact you leave reflects your inner consistency. Consistency doesn't mean rigidity, it's the alignment of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This creates a distinct energetic signature, a frequency that doesn't fade over time. Don't try to explain yourself or hold back. You weren't meant to go unnoticed. People with this striking presence often feel out of place because their energy arrives first, prompting reactions of resistance, projection, or fascination. Yet they may not always perceive you clearly. This leads to the second sign that your aura is extremely powerful. People feel either expanded or threatened around you. Your presence is far from neutral. It activates, amplifies, and provokes. Your energy touches what others have hidden or locked away. And you connect with these layers without asking a single question, simply by being present. Jung once said, "Each of us carries a shadow, everything we had to suppress, reject, or forget to be accepted. That shadow exists in the unconscious, but it is far from inactive. It responds. When you enter a space with a clear, intense, and authentic aura, that shadow can feel threatened. Not because you are doing anything wrong, but because you represent something the other person has yet to integrate within themselves. Truth can be intimidating for those still living behind masks. People in inner conflict often project onto you what they refuse to face within themselves. You become a mirror for their buried experiences, the unlived desires, suppressed power, and unhealed pain. This can trigger irritation, sudden dislike, or even hostility, often without any logical reason. Yet, there is another side. Your expansive energy can serve as a key to awakening. For those prepared to receive it, your presence acts as a portal. They feel larger, braver, more connected, and even liberated. Your energy remains constant. What shifts is the state of the person encountering it. You often act as a catalyst for transformation, a living reminder of greater awareness, wholeness, and truth. Not everyone is ready for this. Some will step back, while others will gravitate toward you, as if discovering something they didn't realize they were seeking. This is the essence of your aura. It enlarges the field around you, and people react according to what they carry within themselves. Some people enter a space and make it feel larger, while others feel uneasy because you reveal what the world often tries to hide. The third sign that your aura is remarkably powerful is that animals, children, and even nature recognize and respond to you. Your aura, understood as the energetic or psychic field that radiates from every being, has a deep connection with the instinctive world. Animals, in particular, possess a sensitivity that often exceeds human perception. They don't interpret words, they read energy. Status, appearance, or tone of voice doesn't impress them. They sense what lies beneath intention, vibration, and emotional state. An animal can detect nervousness even behind a smile, as well as fear, affection, imbalance, or peace. Their communication is subtle, silent, and energetic. When your aura is clear, centered, and coherent, animals instinctively trust you. They approach naturally and feel safe. This perception goes beyond rational thinking, it's instinctual. Animals, children, and nature itself express the living unconscious. As Jung explained, the unconscious understands symbols, vibrations, and archetypes. It doesn't require explanation. It recognizes what is true because it resonates on the same frequency. When your aura is awakened, they perceive that silent truth. A dog, cat, or even a wild animal remains calm around someone whose energy radiates presence and authenticity. It's as if nature has taught them to see with the body, not the eyes. They don't observe character, they sense the real energetic field. The reverse is also true. Inner chaos, hidden tension, or repressed emotions are equally perceptible to animals. They may withdraw, become wary, bark, or hide. This isn't judgment. It's an energetic response to instability. True strength in nature doesn't shout, it remains firm yet gentle. Animals resonate with those aligned with this quiet, calm power. This demonstrates how the aura functions as a bridge, translating your presence into a language beyond words. Animals, in their own way, understand and respond fluently to that language. The connection between your aura and children is profound, instinctive, and often feels magical, not mystical, but magical in the purity of perception. Children don't filter through logic, they filter through energy. They haven't yet been fully shaped by social norms, so they sense things as they are felt, not merely as they are said. Even before they understand words, they notice the energy in your eyes, your tone, and your presence. An unbalanced aura can make children restless, while a grounded, warm aura can calm them instantly. When your energy is clear, authentic, and connected, children naturally trust you. The beauty of this is that it requires no effort, no performance. It demands only presence and truth. And the instinctive world, animals, children, and nature responds to that with a purity few adults retain. The fourth sign that your aura is so powerful it may unsettle others is simple, silent, and often disconcerting. You intimidate without trying. You enter a room with a calm heart and peaceful eyes, without any intent to assert dominance, and yet you notice defenses rising, rigid postures, tense voices, and forced smiles, as if your presence alone has triggered an alarm. This can feel challenging at first, especially for kind individuals who value respect and avoid appearing arrogant. But what intimidates isn't your behavior, it's what you represent. In Jung's terms, the persona is the social mask we adopt to be accepted. The more someone is trapped in that mask, the more fragile it becomes when faced with someone else's authenticity. You aren't performing, you are simply being. Yet that very being can feel overwhelming to someone still living defensively. Your authenticity gently pressures their illusions. Even unintentionally, your presence can feel threatening to some. People project, they create stories about you, assuming superiority where there is only presence, or seeing arrogance where there is only truth. This reflects more about them than it does about you. Your silence may be interpreted as judgment, your firmness as coldness, and your clarity as rigidity. Those who haven't embraced their own light often perceive someone else's authenticity as aggressive. There's a deeper layer to this sign. You carry the energy of inner coherence, which is rare. It naturally challenges what is misaligned in others. Your mere existence demonstrates, without words, that it is possible to live authentically without pretending. This can unsettle anyone whose life revolves around roles and expectations. You don't need to diminish yourself to make others comfortable. Doing so would be a subtle form of self-betrayal. Some will be inspired by your quiet strength, while others may react defensively, but their response is not your responsibility. You intimidate not because you seek to dominate, but because your presence reveals. Those accustomed to absence may mistake your presence for a threat. The fifth sign that your aura is exceptionally powerful is that it shifts the energy of a space. Sometimes you notice it, other times you don't, but it occurs naturally. This isn't a flashy power that demands attention. It's the quiet kind of strength that simply settles in. When you enter, people may sit up straighter, avert their gaze, or fall silent without realizing it. For a brief moment, the room adjusts its emotional tone. This isn't control, it's the effect of your energy field. Barbara Brennan, energy healer and author of Hands of Light, explains that the human energy field extends far beyond the physical body. Our aura reaches outward in all directions, interacting with people, the environment, and the emotional atmosphere of a space, often without our conscious awareness. Brennan explains that the human energy field carries subtle information about who we are, what we feel, and even the experiences we've lived through. That's why when your energy is strong, aligned, and authentic, it naturally reorganizes the space, not through effort, but simply through presence. Carl Jung described this as symbolic presence, the living energy of an individual that, without intention, activates the unconscious of others. This is exactly what happens when you enter a room. Your energy carries symbols and archetypes that resonate with what is dormant in the space. You represent something even unintentionally, and that creates a shift. Some call it a strong presence, but it isn't strength in an aggressive sense. It's vibrational coherence. Coherence generates resonance, it organizes, disturbs, and transforms. You may not notice the effect you have, but the space around you does. Your aura doesn't need a stage, it works invisibly, and wherever you go, nothing remains exactly the same. The sixth sign that your aura is too powerful to ignore is that your intuition reads people and spaces effortlessly. This isn't guesswork or a mystical gift. It's silent perception, a sensitivity operating beneath logic, yet remarkably accurate. You enter a room and immediately sense when something is off, even if everything appears normal. You notice discomfort behind a smile or tension in the air, even when the mood seems calm. It's as if your body translates the invisible codes of the environment. That is intuition. When your aura is clear and expansive, it becomes a finely tuned antenna. It picks up subtle frequencies, nuances, and vibrations, converting them into instant and precise understanding of the energy around you. Jung explained that the unconscious communicates through symbols, emotions, and sensations. Intuition is the language of the self, a subtle internal compass that doesn't shout but guides, doesn't argue but reveals, doesn't explain but points the way. That's why you can sense when energy is out of balance, when someone is pretending to be fine, or when a space feels heavy, light, manipulative, or safe without needing proof, backstory, or context. This kind of awareness can feel uncomfortable because it reveals truths before facts catch up. Often, you may try to convince yourself that you're overthinking, but deep down you already know. Your aura reads, your body reads, the language is vibrational. Even without effort, you are constantly translating these signals. Sometimes this protects you, other times it can feel overwhelming. You may not always want to know or feel so much, yet you do. This isn't a flaw, it's awakened sensitivity. You carry a symbolic perception of reality, seeing beyond the literal and feeling through layers. In today's world, this is a rare and valuable kind of power. Intuition cannot be taught, but it can be nurtured. The more aligned you are with your own truth, the clearer the world around you becomes. The seventh sign that your aura is powerful is simple but unmistakable. Small talk drains you. You've tried, you've smiled, nodded, and engaged in polite conversation about the weather or the usual topics, but something inside you shrinks during these exchanges. It's your energy field rejecting what lacks substance. Your aura senses genuine presence, and when it encounters empty words designed only to fill silence, you feel it physically. Your energy drops, your chest tightens, your mind drifts, and part of you begins to check out, as if saying, "There's nothing here for me." And honestly, there isn't, because you weren't made to maintain social masks. Your presence demands presence, and that can unsettle people, as it calls for authenticity, true listening, and genuine connection. It's not about seeking deep conversations constantly, it's about truth and real connection. Jung said we achieve wholeness by integrating the unconscious. Superficiality is the opposite, it avoids the center. It's role, playing, talking in circles, and evading authenticity. By simply existing, you point to the center. But this selective frequency carries a side effect: loneliness. The world is full of noise, yet starving for presence. When you silently require interactions to be genuine, the crowd thins. You have fewer conversations, but they are more meaningful. Fewer people, but deeper connections. Loneliness then becomes not an absence, but a filter, a space where you don't need to shrink to fit in. The eighth sign your aura is powerful is that other people project their shadows onto you. The more whole your energy, the more it activates what others have suppressed. You don't need to speak, just being is enough. This can provoke extreme reactions: idealized admiration, baseless criticism, or silent distancing. As mentioned earlier, the shadow contains everything we've repressed, rejected, or forgotten to be accepted. In Jungian psychology, one person's truth can trigger unconscious discomfort in another. By showing up authentically, you create disruption. Your presence mirrors what others are trying to hide. Not everyone is ready to see themselves. It's essential to distinguish what truly belongs to you and what is projected onto you, not to defend yourself, but to preserve your sense of self. Being the target of projection isn't punishment, it's a sign that you shine light, and everything illuminated casts shadow. The ninth sign that your aura is powerful is that your silences speak louder than your words. Silence is energetic containment. It's the act of holding your energy rather than dispersing it through pointless talk, forced explanations, or attempts to please. Within this held space, something rare emerges: presence. Presence fills a room effortlessly. When someone walks in and shifts the atmosphere without saying a word, that energy doesn't shout or justify itself, it simply exists. This quiet authenticity draws attention naturally. People feel it, even if they can't explain why. Those with strong auras understand they don't need to explain everything all the time. People with strong auras understand that silence can be more expressive than any words. Often, what remains unspoken carries more weight than 1,000 phrases. Conscious silence radiates self-confidence, showing that you are comfortable in your own presence and don't need to fill space to prove your worth. Your energy speaks for you. While loud voices may attract attention, they rarely hold true magnetism. Those with solid auras are remembered for the way they make others feel, not for how much they talk. Well-placed silence extends your vibration, and vibration never lies. One of the clearest signs of a powerful aura is the ability to influence without words, to simply be whole without needing to prove anything. Your energy does the talking. The 10th sign that your aura is powerful is that you attract spontaneous confessions. You've likely experienced it. Someone you just met begins sharing deep stories, childhood memories, unhealed wounds, hidden fears, sometimes with tears, even though the conversation started ordinarily. This happens because you create a safe, open field where others feel they can lower their masks, even briefly. You don't ask or prod, you simply hold space. You hold silence, discomfort, and another's pain without trying to fix it. Your aura welcomes not with pity, but with presence, a rare quality. Jung noted that the unconscious is always seeking expression. When it finds a stable, non-judgmental, expectation-free energy field, it speaks. That vessel is you. You can hold someone else's truth without reshaping it. You listen with your entire body, offering attention that seeks connection, not answers. The unconscious recognizes this, which is why people share, often without knowing why, and only realize afterward. Sometimes they feel a bit guilty, as if they've revealed too much, but it's not exposure, It's relief. Your presence creates space, and in today's world, space is medicine. Your aura doesn't force vulnerability, it allows it. You don't extract truths, you invite them. Only those aligned with their own shadow can safely hold what others cannot. Don't be surprised if strangers reveal secrets they've never shared, or if friends feel different around you. This is energetic, psychic, and unconscious. You are a symbolic vessel, and only those vibrating with steadiness can carry what others cannot. The 11th sign your aura is powerful is that your freedom unsettles those still hiding. True freedom doesn't make noise, it simply exists. Your authenticity doesn't need to be aggressive to provoke discomfort, it simply is. And for those still hiding behind masks, that quiet presence can feel overwhelming. Your freedom exposes what others are still trying to bury. You don't accuse, point fingers, or correct anyone. Yet, by living unapologetically, you become a mirror that is difficult to face. Your way of being silently asks, and are you still pretending? Being free is risky in a world that values obedience. Your lightness reveals the weight of the chains others carry. Your courage highlights the fear in those clinging to comfort and conformity. This is why your presence can disturb, not intentionally, but because your energy challenges without touching. It irritates without offending. To those who haven't given themselves permission to fully exist, your presence becomes a silent threat. People with strong auras don't need to convince or prove anything. They simply live, and that in itself is revolutionary. The 12th sign that your aura is powerful is that your presence lingers even after you leave. People feel your absence. The silence you leave speaks volumes. This isn't ordinary missing, it's energetic memory. The energy you carry imprints the space, leaving sensations that may bring discomfort, emptiness, or inspiration. This impact can't be bought, forced, or faked. It emerges naturally. A strong aura doesn't rely on performance. It leaves influence even in silence, even in absence. Some are forgotten while present. Others are remembered because they truly were present. You were there, and you stayed. The 13th and final sign that your aura is so powerful it might unsettle others is that your inner journey shapes the energy you radiate. What people feel in you, groundedness, peace, light, didn't come from books or feel-good quotes. It came from the path, long nights facing your own shadow, lonely restarts, symbolic deaths where parts of you had to collapse for something more real to rise. Many speak of aura as if it's an instant glow, but true energy is the result of what's been purified within. Aura isn't born, it's built through intimacy with pain, truth, and the choice not to betray yourself. You are not light because you never knew darkness. You are light because you learned to walk through it. That force that unsettles, attracts, and stirs others comes from the depth of your inner work. You've seen yourself fragile, lost, or broken, and yet you chose to return whole. Now your aura speaks before you do. What it communicates isn't about power, it's about process, courage, and the beauty that emerges when someone stops running from themselves. People call it glow, magnetism, or a different vibe. What they are truly sensing is embodied truth, a soul that has been through fire and didn't burn out. You no longer pretend. You simply are. And that alone changes everything around you. If you've made it this far, you already understand this isn't about thinking you're better. It's about being more awake. The signs we've explored aren't labels or spiritual titles. They're reflections of inner work, quiet, deep, and often solitary. They show that your presence carries weight, not because you seek attention, but because you no longer fit the mold of the ordinary. Your energy unsettles because it reflects. It exposes what's misaligned, suppressed, or unresolved in others. You don't do this intentionally. You just exist, and that alone activates, challenges, and transforms. Your aura is your spiritual signature. It's not controlled. It's the invisible imprint of your truth. The more internally aligned you are, the stronger this field becomes, more real, more felt, and impossible to ignore. Yes, you'll be misunderstood. Yes, people will project onto you. But this is part of the path for those who refuse to live to please others. It's the price of being whole. Don't shrink. Don't dim your light because it blinds those unready to see. Don't slow your pace because it unsettles those who haven't started their journey. Don't make yourself smaller to fit spaces that can no longer contain your expansion. Your presence is a reminder, a mirror, a silent invitation for others to awaken. As Carl Jung said, the collective unconscious reacts to what it has not yet integrated. You are among the few, and you are not here to please. You are here to live in truth. Embrace your energy. Honor what you carry. Don't apologize for being whole. In the end, your aura isn't about you, it's about what you awaken in the world simply by existing. If this content resonated, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can keep receiving content designed to help you understand and strengthen your energy. And if you've stayed with me this far, I want to hear from those who feel their own presence. Comment below, "My aura speaks before I do." That will be our silent password. Those who know will recognize. See you in the next video.